Oh my god, this has been a long journey, or not? Well, now you're here and you have learned a lot of English. And well, it's time to do a summary of all the information you have already learned. Well, maybe you remember our first class? No? Well, let's see it a little bit more. Let's talk about grammar. The topic today is the verb be. How do we form sentences, affirmative or negative ones, using the verb be? Here we go. First of all, we use the subject. Remember, the subject could be a person, an animal, or thing. And of course, it could be plural or singular. I, you, he, my father, my parents, my friend, my friends. After that, you need the verb be. So you know, the verb be has three different conjugations. Am, is, are. Let's talk about the positive and the negative one. Am not. Is, isn't. Are, aren't. I am not. You are, you aren't. She is, she isn't. My dad is, he isn't. My husband is, my husband isn't. They are, they aren't. Yeah? Don't forget, we use the conjugation of the verb be according to the subject. And last, we use a complement. And a complement could be an adjective. You remember? Happy, sad, cool, great, horrible. And if you prefer, you can use a noun too. I am a teacher. You are Ecuadorian. You're not Canadian. And we can use prepositions too. Oh, I'm from Ecuador. From, this is the preposition. So remember, you use the subject, the verb be, and a complement. I am happy. I'm not sad. My sister is a doctor. She isn't an engineer. I'm okay. Yeah? Okay. Time to take notes. It was about the verb be. Yes, now you're an expert about am, is, are, or the negative form of the verb be. Am not, isn't, and aren't. Oh my god. Well, then you learn something about present simple. Yes, of course, all of this is present simple, but then you learn about affirmative and negative sentences using the present simple. For example, you learn that you can use the present simple for routines, for states, for personal information, right? Something like, yes, I work from Monday to Friday, or my husband works from Monday to Friday, or yes, I don't like exercising, or maybe Mary loves exercising. So you now know when add the sound to the verb. Of course, when you're talking about has she ate or a singular noun. Oh, incredible, right? Come on, let's see a short portion of that class. First of all, we have a subject. And when we refer a subject, of course, we can use a pronoun. It would be I, you, we, or they. Yeah? And right, if you want, of course, you can use a noun, but you need a plural noun. For example, John and Mary, my parents, your parents, my children, your children, and everything like this. Remember, in pronouns, I, you, we, they, and about nouns, only plural nouns. Then you have the subject, you have the person who's making the action. Then you need a verb. So the verb, it's always in the base form. We don't need a change in a verb. For example, I go, you go, we go, they go. My parents go, my children go. You have breakfast, we study, they play video games. John and Mary watch TV. My children live. And that's it. We only write or say the verb in base form. And after that, of course, if you want, you can add a complement. For example, I go to work at 6 a.m., like 6 o'clock. You have breakfast at 8 o'clock, or maybe John and Mary watch TV in the afternoon. You study at night, you study in the morning. And that's it. One more time. You need a subject. It could be a pronoun, I, you, we, they, or a noun, but a plural noun. Remember that. And after, you use a where in base form. You don't need a change here. And a complement if you want. So that's it. Now you know. All right. And of course, we learned to like questions. Do you cook? What do you do? Where do you study? Does she work? Does your father like English? Yes, all those questions in present simple tense. And then, of course, we can't forget about our daily routine. We learn how to say the hours and how to talk about our daily routine. Something like, I wake up at 7 o'clock every day. Or, I never go to the gym. Or something like, I always have a cup of coffee in the morning. Yes, and it leads us to the frequency adverbs or adverbs of frequency. You remember them? So come on, let's see a short video about them. Hey, time to talk about frequency adverbs. Well, we use these frequency adverbs to indicate how often do we do a certain activity. For example, look at this question. How often do you drink coffee? How often do you drink coffee? It's a good question. And how can we answer this question? Well, of course, first of all, we need a subject. The question is for you. So the answer is with I. Yes, the pronoun I. I. And now look at it. All the options we have here. You can say I always, or maybe I usually, I often, I sometimes. It's something like the 50%. I sometimes. Or what about I occasionally, or I rarely, or maybe I never drink coffee. Oh my god, too many options, but it's a positive thing. So all of these are words that can help you to say how often do you do an activity. In this case, we're talking about drink coffee. So if you do this activity every single day, you say I always drink coffee. Or maybe you can say the opposite. I never drink coffee. I always drink coffee. I never drink coffee. Or, of course, we have something in the middle. I usually drink coffee. I often drink coffee. I sometimes drink coffee. I occasionally drink coffee. I rarely drink coffee. Yeah? All of these are options. And we call these words frequency adverbs. Could you see we place the frequency adverb before the adverb? I always drink coffee. I always go to work. I always go to the gym. I always have breakfast with my husband. I sometimes read the paper in the morning. I sometimes practice English in the morning. So we always place these phrases, these words, these adverbs of frequency before the verb. Remember, before the verb. You can say, I drink coffee always. It's not correct. No, it's I always drink coffee. You can say, oh, I go to the gym sometimes. It's not correct. We say, I sometimes go to the gym. That's the correct option. Yes. So now you know when to use the present simple and the present continuous. The present simple for routine, personal information, state, and the present continuous for activities that you're doing at the moment or these days, or to talk about a break in your routine. Of course, after that, you learned about state verbs. You remember the state verbs? Yes, we use those verbs to talk about state or maybe the senses, right? For example, verbs like, love, hate, understand, enjoy. Yes? Well, come on, let's see a short video about this class one more time. Present simple or present continuous? Well, we have been talking about these two tenses in English. The first one, present simple, we use it to talk about facts, schedule events, or routines. You know, activities we do every day. But we use the present continuous to talk about temporary situations or activities that are happening right now. Or we use the present continuous to talk about a break in a routine. So I'm going to give you some examples and you need to guess if this is in present simple or present continuous. The first one is this. I go to the university. I go to the university. Good for you. Present simple or continuous? Of course, present simple. I'm talking about my routine. I go to the university. Oh, I work every day. I work every day. Present simple or continuous? Of course, present simple. One more time, I'm talking about my routine. I work every single day. But look at the next one. Now, I'm working on my thesis. I'm working on my thesis. Present simple or continuous? Of course, present continuous. This is a developing activity. It's an activity that is happening right now. Or come on, let's go to the next one. It never snows in March. It never snows in March. Simple or continuous? Of course, present simple. It never snows in March. This is something like a habit that never happens in this case. Or, listen to me. Look, it's snowing. Look, it's snowing. Present simple or continuous? Of course, present continuous. An activity that is happening right now. It's snowing. Can you see the snow? Very good. One more time. Listen to me. Oh yeah, I go to the salon every Saturday. I go to the salon every Saturday. Present simple or continuous? Of course, present simple. This is my routine, you know. I need to do my hair, so I go to the salon every Saturday. But look, listen to the next one. Oh yeah, I'm driving to the salon. Oh yeah, I'm driving to the salon. Simple or continuous? Of course, present continuous. I'm doing this activity right now, you know, I'm driving. So that's it. Come on, let's recapitulate this one more time. Present simple for facts, schedule events, or routines. Present continuous for an activity that is in progress right now, a break in a routine, or a temporary situation that is not necessarily happening right now. Well, now you know. All right. And well, after that, you remember when we learned about demonstrative pronouns? Yeah, demonstrative pronouns. This is how we point someone else or something else. For example, yes, this is my beautiful blouse. Or, yes, these are my beautiful earrings. Oh yeah, that is my husband. Oh my God, those are my friends. So you learn about singular and plural nouns in order to use these demonstrative pronouns correctly. And after that, well, we hit the present continuous. You remember the present continuous, right? We use this tense to talk about an activity that is happening at the moment or this day. And of course, we use the present continuous to talk about an activity that we are doing, but it's something different, right? It's a break in our routine. For example, I am teaching you right now, and I am visiting my grandparents these days. Well, let's see a little bit more about the present continuous. So, present continuous for future. Of course, we have learned about this. You can use the present continuous to talk about a future arrangement, a future event, or a future plan that you have with other people or organizations. So that's it. Cool, right? But of course, you have learned before that we can use the present continuous for an activity that is in progress right now, like, hey, I'm teaching right now, or for a temporary situation or a break in a routine. So that's it. So let's compare these two uses of the present continuous. Come on, listen to me. The first sentence is, hey, he's dancing with his friends at the party. He's dancing with his friends at the party. Right, this is something that is happening right now. So it's only present continuous for an activity that is in progress. But what happens if I ask you, hey, is he coming to the party? Is he coming to the party? So I'd like to know if yes or no. Of course, this is a question about the future. So is he coming to the party tonight? Yes. All right, cool. Come on, like the other example here. Shh, quiet, we're watching the news. Shh, quiet, we're watching the news. Right, this is an activity that is in progress right now. It's only present continuous. So, quiet, we're watching the news. But what happens if I say, we're watching the news after dinner? We're watching the news after dinner. After dinner. Of course, this is for the future. Yeah, present continuous, future use. So that's here. Remember, here the clues are time expressions. Now, right now, at the moment, this moment, of course, this is only present continuous for an activity that is happening right now. But if you say tomorrow, today, tonight, this is for the future. Well, now you know. Can you think 2 examples of each use? Come on, let's do it. And how to forget about the verb can or can't. Yes, now you know how this both words sound the same but how different the sound. For example, I can speak English or I can play football. Of course, you know the difference. And yes, be free. Come on, let's use this verb to talk about your skills, your abilities, or to talk about permission or ask for it. Yes? And well, after this verb, you remember we learned about possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. Yes, my name is Sylvia. This is my blouse. Oh no, that jacket is not mine. Yes, of course, possessive adjectives. We always use the possessive adjectives plus a noun. My name, your blouse, his name, her husband, their school, our university. Yes, but we only use the possessive pronouns by then. We don't add a noun. Yes, we use the possessive adjective to replace the possessive adjective plus a noun. So this is when we use the possessive pronoun. Well, now come on, let's see the difference in the next video. We can say something like, this is not my jacket. This is not my jacket. My jacket. This is a possessive adjective. But what happens if I say, mine's blue? Mine's blue. This is not my jacket. Mine's blue. What happened here? Mine is blue. Oh yeah, when you use a possessive pronoun, well, you are replacing the possessive adjective plus a noun. My jacket, mine. This is not my jacket. Mine's blue. Could you see? Let's go to the next example. We have, I think your keys are on the table. I think your keys are on the table. Your keys. What happens if I say, these keys aren't yours? These keys aren't yours. Yours. This is the possessive pronoun. What happened? Well, I don't use one more time the word keys because we know we're talking about keys. So these aren't yours. Yes? Let's see the third example. Here we have, are those hair glasses? Are those hair glasses? Hair glasses. Hair is a possessive adjective. Hair glasses. But what happens if I say, no, this iPhone is hers. No, this iPhone is hers. Hers. This is a possessive pronoun for a woman. Her. So this iPhone is hers, right? So what happened here? Well, we knew we were talking about an iPhone, right? The cell phone. So we don't repeat the information one more time. No, we only use the possessive pronouns. This is important. Remember, we can replace a possessive adjective plus a noun by a possessive pronoun. Let's see another example here. One with a possessive adjective. These are our sandwiches. These are our sandwiches. Delicious. These are our sandwiches. If I say something like, but those cookies aren't ours. But those cookies aren't ours. Aren't ours. Yes, this is a possessive pronoun, ours. Because we know we were talking about sandwiches and cookies, so those aren't ours. Okay, let's see one more. I think your coat is over there, or I think your coats are over there. Those aren't yours. Those aren't yours. Yours. Those aren't yours. Yes, those coats aren't your coats. So we don't need to repeat the word coat and coat. We only say those aren't yours. Yes? And our last example here. Hey, their house is beautiful. Imagine there is a couple, maybe Jimmy and Celia. Their house is beautiful. Maybe someone else asked, hey, which house is theirs? Which house is theirs? Of course, we were talking about Jimmy and Celia, so which house is theirs? Oh, of course, it is important because we don't need to repeat one more time. Which house is their house? No, which house is theirs? And that's all. Good to see. So, today we learned about possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, ours, yours, theirs, right? And we use the possessive pronouns when we want to substitute a possessive adjective plus a noun. My jacket, mine. This is not my jacket. Mine is blue. Okay, so come on, it's time to take note. All right, and where is that near your house? Is it a mall on your street? All right, are there any good restaurants in your town? Of course, there are a lot of good restaurants in my town. Yes, we learned about there is and there are. There is a or there's no. And of course, there aren't any or there are no. Yes, you remember? That clause was kind of amazing. So come on, let's see a short video about this. Come on, let's recapitulate this. For negative options and singular nouns, you have there's no or there isn't a. For example, there's no hospital near my house, or there isn't a hospital near my house. Or maybe there's no mistake here, or there isn't a mistake here. Yes? What about plural nouns? Well, for negative options, you have there are no or there aren't any. For example, there are no cool shops here, or there aren't any cool shops here. Or maybe, yes, there are no delicious restaurants in this town, or there aren't any delicious restaurants in this town. So that's it. Remember, there are no or there aren't any. It's for plural nouns. So now let's go for the positive options. You have there's a or maybe there is a. For example, there's a great mall downtown, downtown in a center. Or maybe, yes, there's a movie theater near my house. there's a or there is a, it's the same. So you have two options, a or an, to indicate it's only one, singular. Now, positive for plural nouns. Well, we have there are. For example, there are 7 hospitals in my town. Oh yes, there are some schools in my neighborhood. Or maybe there are lots of museums in my town. So you can say the number, or maybe you can say the word some or lots of. You decide. So well, this is, now you know, there is, there are, there isn't, and there aren't. And yeah, verb patterns. You know how exactly say that you love camping, or you hate cleaning the bathroom, or we love studying English, right? And well, you learn that you have two options. I can say I don't like cooking, or I don't like to cook. Yes? Well, after that class, you learn about object pronouns. Yes, the class was kind of amazing because you learned that in English we have a basic structure: subject, verb, and the object. So come on, let's remember this class. You know about subject pronouns: I, you, we, they, he, she, it, right? These are subject pronouns or personal pronouns. But today we need to learn about object pronouns. The object pronouns are me, you, him for he, her for she, it for it, you for you, us for we, and them for they. So I repeat it: me, you, her, him, it, you, us, and them. Yes, these are object pronouns. You can use these subject pronouns to replace the object in a sentence. For example, I love Jimmy, or I love him. Yes, him. I'm pointing him in this case. I love him. Yeah? Okay, so let's see now some examples. The first one: I love animals. I love animals, but I don't think they like me. Could you see? I am the subject. I love animals, but I don't think they like me. So me, in this case, I'm pointing myself and I use the object pronoun me. Yes? Let's do the next one. And this is: you are always trying to help. You are always trying to help, but who's helping you? But who's helping you? Could you see? You are always helping. That's good. But who, in this case, who is helping you? You is the object pronoun. Of course, you the subject pronouns and you the object pronoun is the same word. Well, now let's move to the next example. And now we have: he says people don't understand him. He says people don't understand him. Okay, he and him. In this case, he says that people don't understand him. Him. Yes? Okay, and now we have: she's not coming. Yes, she's not coming today. But why don't you call her? But why don't you call her? She and her. I use the correct object pronoun. Let's see the next example. Now we have: your bag is on the floor. Your bag is on the floor. Please put it on the table. Please put it on the table. Put it on the table. Okay, it, I mean to your bag. This is the object pronoun for it. It's the same. The subject pronoun is and the object pronoun it. The same one. Okay, and now we have: don't worry, we're okay. Yes, we're okay. Everything is fine with us. Everything is fine with us. Aha! We and us. I use the correct object pronoun. And finally, the windows
are open. Oh my God, the windows are open. Please close them. Close them. Close them. Yes, I use the object pronoun them because I was talking about the windows. About they, I mean them. So I use them as the object pronoun. Okay, so that's it. One more time. Today, we learned about something called in English object pronouns. Yes, you use the object pronouns to replace the object in a sentence. And who is the object? Well, the object is the person who receives the action in a sentence. For example, you remember, I love Jimmy. Yes, he's my husband. I love Jimmy. Or I can replace Jimmy for the object pronoun him. I love him. Or it's the same if I say, I love you. And of course, Simon says, open the door. Simon says, turn off the TV. Please open the window. Please don't shout at me. Yes, these are called in English imperatives. You remember that, class? Yes, the imperative, of course. And you know that you only use the verb without to give instructions, and we never use a subject as a pronoun here. Yeah. And well, by the way, you have learned tons of new vocabulary, like the adjectives. Oh my God, yes, a lot of new words. Well, now it's time to use all this amazing stuff that you have already learned and use it. Yes, you have a spectacular level of English, and I'm so proud of you. Come on, now it's your time. Let's practice this all information, and yes, have magnificent results in your next test. Okay, it was a pleasure.